Hello, my name's Joey and welcome to my tour of props and artifacts. Almost said costumes then, maybe I could go on to that. So today I'm going to talk about the X-Files box here. Now, if you hear some strange sounds behind the camera once again, that's because Hannah is recording and she's holding my son Teddy, and he's not even one yet, so he doesn't have the ability to know occasions or when to be quiet and all that business. So anyway, a few years ago, me and Hannah, we cosplayed Mulder and Scully. Now, some people might think cosplaying two FBI agents might be easy. It is technically, but if you're anything like us and you want to get into the detail, we went down the route of making sure the suits we were wearing were from the 1990s. Obviously, the X-Files originally was set in the 1990s, so suits, shirts and ties have changed from era to era. So we wanted to recognise that, and that's where we went. So the second thing was, I never like to go to a convention if I've got things to carry, and in the case of here, some things do have to be carried concealed. I don't like to carry them in anachronistic bags, carrier bags, backpacks, So here we go. Everything we needed was in this file case, so it's been dressed up to look like something from the FBI basement. So on the front here we've got, of course, unexplained, a few details of what's in the actual file box itself. Classified, internal distribution only, and at some stage in its life it's been updated, and you can imagine most of this information on the front has been barcoded in a simple barcode here. If we turn it round, we've got evidence of this again. Numbers confidential, but it's just had a barcode sticker slapped over the top of it, so it's a quicker way to identify what's in there. Now, in the very first season of the X-Files, a lot of the background dressing had these on boxes. Now what they are is, this is my own version, i.e. in the X-Files what they did was, they had a copy of Mulder and Scully's ID card, and the general ID card they use as a prop, coloured in yellow and slapped it on boxes in the background, which made no sense whatsoever, but I loved that little detail, so I did it myself. So this is my own recreation of an FBI pass to that style, but I've done the same thing. I've literally just slapped it on the box to look like a background prop. Don't ask me what it means, but there we go, it's background. Nobody really knows or gets time to read it. So here we go, what's inside? You'll never really get to see this stuff because I love paperwork props. I've collected a hell of a lot of paperwork in my time working in the prop industry. I have feet of it, and I absolutely love it. So there was an idea, we did a photo shoot, and we were going to do an office photo shoot at Mulder and Scully's office. Well, Mulder's office, Scully. Took her a long time to get a chair, didn't it? And we were going to do that. So of course I started making dressing for the office, which we haven't used yet. And of course some of the photo shoot included some of these files as well, but you'll never get to see the whole lot. And in fact, you'll never even probably get to see one in a photograph. So I thought, why not share it here? So we open it up. First thing we've got is a book about the universe. There's nothing special about this at all. I just found this in a charity shop and I just like the look of it. I like the vintage look to it, and it kind of looked like the classic thing you'd find sitting around in Mulder's office, as of course this is as well. It's my kind of frustrated actor stroke professional prop maker now. I only make props in my spare time. Every now and then I might do it for someone's film, something like that, but it's not a profession, But one of the jobs I would love to have done would have been to have dressed Mulder's office and his notice board, because almost every episode there was something different on that board, and I loved that. So there's my little bit of Mulder office dressing. Now, this I didn't make, but this is great actually. This was made in 2016 to promote the new series, the pilot series, the new event series, and it literally just is a sandwich bag, but they've done such a great job. It actually really looks like an evidence bag, all very kind of roughly written on, almost in kind of, I like to think, kind of disgust or anger that, there we go, just give it to Mulder, that kind of thing. It's the big letters. So that's that. So what we've got in here are FBI files. It is a file box after all. So what's quite nice about this is these stick-on labels. I actually noticed that they actually use those on the props in the X-Files, so I decided to use them on these. These, I think, are genuine FBI files because they're made in Hastings in America. I'll have a look on the back in a minute. These actually came from a film that was never to be. It was a murder film about, well, the FBI obviously were heavily involved, but the film never got made, so we ended up at all props with a hell of a load of FBI files, which was brilliant. So, of course, I've dressed it up a bit more to look like an X-file. As we open it up, we've got some various bits of FBI paperwork to make it look like something. So this is in fact a set continuity photograph from God knows where. Actually, I know where it's from. It's from the remake of Day of the Jackal, which is called Jackal. These are all the production notes. I've just turned it into an evidence photo. And this wonderful thing that I found along the street, Hell, the Lake of Fire, Everlasting Torment. Well, that looks just very, very X-Files in itself. So, you know, you open up the file, you instantly see interesting, contrasting paperwork, colours. It kind of attracts the eye, that kind of thing. And it all reads nothing. There's nothing really much going on. And these reports are the same old information regurgitated every paragraph, which was made for that, once again, that murder film. So the files themselves, they are made, here we go, Hastings, Minnesota. So I think these are genuine FBI files, very likely ordered from the same place that makes them, and because it was a UK production, they were probably okay to buy them. A genuine publication here from the US Department of Justice, just all about violent crime. Just another kind of X-File-y piece of dressing, really. That's genuine. Another file here. Now, these actually came from Batman, The Dark Knight. The Gotham sticker was under there. I had loads of these. And obviously, in the end, I thought, well, as it's the Bureau of Investigation, I'm not doing anything with them. Turn them into X-Files again. So I put the various stampings on, all the big capital letters that you see on police paperwork and files, and everything's got to be big and clear, you know. And once again, yes, just kind of pieces of information that don't really make too much sense. This is actually, once again, from The Dark Knight, Batman. I think Bruce Wayne's name is mentioned in here. Let's have a look. I can't really see it upside down. Oh well, but anyway, that's that. And then once again, same old thing again. We have an older style FBI folder here now again, from the same film production that never actually happened, but I dressed it up with all the stampings. And as we open it up, so now the great thing is with Google Images, and yeah. So on hand, we've got, now I've got this file full of paperwork that's actually naturally yellowed from the 80s. So it's perfect for this kind of thing. So literally, download an image of an old FBI file, slap some alien drawings on it from a UFO book, print it on yellow paper, draw some numbers on it, all that business, and you've got yourself a convincing looking file from a distance. Yeah. And the whole idea is that here's a copy, or here's the kind of original contents, and here's the report on that now. So this has been an updated file. This is the kind of idea behind this. It's an updated file. Here's the old evidence. Here's the new file thrown away into the basement again. Another X file. Just, you can imagine a case has just got so far and someone's frustratingly written the word X file on it and off it gets dumped. Here we go again. Some rather kind of ominous views. That's actually a set photograph, once again, from the Jackal. That's a set of a prop that was hired. But of course it looks perfect in here, mirrored with a genuine FBI wanted picture there. So it all looks rather kind of menacing. And if we say it's an X-Files as well, we start to really wonder what the hell happened there. Another case file, another one from Batman. Now this was great. So the great thing is, on eBay, you can just look for press photos. You can type in the word press photo and people are selling old press photography pictures. So I thought, brilliant, we've got a nice old picture of a taxi here, which can create an amount of mystery going on. And then, of course, we've got what's stuck on the back of here is the newspaper cutting, which the picture was to accompany. So I just copied that, stuck it on the top there, so it all adds an air of mystery. Here we have a picture of Hannah looking quite kind of gruesome from Bioshock. Yes, a little sister. And then, of course, we've got a Polaroid that I found, which I don't know what's happened, but it actually looks like a little picture of a flying saucer. So, once again, it's all about dressing these things up to look like there's something actually going on, when really, in reality, there isn't anything going on at all.
Heidi took that picture of me, so thank you, Heidi.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to leave the best till last. Another one again, genuine FBI file, which I dressed up with, bits and pieces. Open it out. We have an image of a prop store, which has been taken on a very old-fashioned camera, which is sepia'd. So I can only imagine that some production buyer was testing out a sepia'd camera. And of course, the first thing they've done is they photographed the first thing to hand, which is the prop store. We know this is a prop store because there's racks either side, and there's a World War II first aid bag there just hanging off the edge, and we can vaguely make out radios. So it's a prop store. Here we go again. Open it up. Something interesting. This is a genuine FBI file front sheet, which of course I've dressed up to look like an X-Files. Visionary Encounters with the Dead. Now, when Mulder was flicking through his X-Files in many episodes, that's one of the titles I saw, and I thought that was quite a cool title. Backed with yellow paper to give it a bit of a more interesting look when you open it up. And this is just full of bits of paperwork which look like it could be something quite interesting going on. There we go. It looks particularly psychotic, whatever that is. So yeah, it's all about dressing these files. Oh, we've got another one. Visionary Encounters of the Dead, just a spare floating around. Another genuine FBI file here, unmarked. We've got a genuine American evidence bag there, and I just decided to make this one Encounters with the Chupacabra eyewitness accounts. It's actually exactly the same file as the Visionary Encounters of the Dead, but it just has that look. A slightly unofficial file here, very likely actually not finished yet. It's only a case file. So just another piece of unfinished FBI work which never got very far on the 13th of October 1993. Was destined for the FBI basement, and so whatever's going on there, be my guest at guessing what that is. So, in a genuine FBI file again, but on the inside here, there was someone on Etsy, which probably still does this. He makes absolutely amazing X-File props. The quality of this stuff is amazing, even down to the photographs being on genuine photograph paper, the edges being snipped like real photographs, envelopes addressed to Mulder, newspaper cuttings which actually have on the back of them articles, so it literally sounds like it has just been cut from a newspaper. And then we have here a brilliant recreation of a prop from the X-Files, and these are absolutely brilliant. Here we go. Yeah, look at these. These are recreated newspaper clippings. He's even printed things on the back. Look at that. The level of quality is amazing. I tried to get the Eugene Victor Toombs one, but I was outbid on that. So in the end, I got the Jersey Devil, and it's just amazing. The quality there is brilliant. So this is what we would probably sometimes use as our hero prop for the photographs, that kind of thing. Oh, that was a bit loud, wasn't it? Right. So what else have we got in here? Classic American clipboard. So we're delving into the FBI basement now. So coincidentally enough, this is an American wallet. So things we would probably find in the basement, we've got genuine old FBI bulletins. These are, I think, monthly publications for the FBI. These are dated the 1950s. I mean, these just look absolutely perfect to be sitting around the basement of the FBI building, you know. That's a great piece of dressing. So there's a few of those. And actually some of them are used as well to dress the outside of this box. One of them there is actually just been photocopied, and it creates quite a nice seal. And then someone brought this back from America from me, and I think this is absolutely bloody brilliant. This is an American publication on flying saucers, which is, once again, perfect for the X-Files. I think it's from the 1960s, and this is absolutely brilliant. Look at this. This is straight out of Mulder's office. This is fantastic. So that's that. What have we got here? Oh, do you know? I don't know where I got this from. Maybe I got this from eBay. But once again, this just looked like a classic thing that would be hanging around Mulder's. Well, not so much Mulder's office, but the FBI basement where everything's just been thrown. You know, this is. I totally forgot I had this. This is pretty great. So yeah, it's another kind of nice X-Filesy bit. Now, I actually made this morning. Here we go. This has been clearly thrown away. Possibly Mulder has restored it by putting the sellotape across it here. But once again, this is a case file, eyewitness and hypnosis descriptions of aliens. But you can see this has been abused. This has been left to rot in the basement. It has definitely been crumpled up. It's definitely been screwed up, thrown away. And this is literally just a collection of eyewitness accounts of what aliens look like. There are a few creatures in here that would make Scully's eyes roll. And of course I put various stampings on. There's probably a little bit over the top amount of stampings going on, but it all creates a look. There we go. So that's that. So I actually made that this morning. So, and these are all available on the internet. Just, you know, just typed in, I think, alien drawings. I can't quite remember what I typed in. The actual drawings themselves I got quite a while ago. But yeah, this has all been weathered to look like it's actually going mouldy in the basement. And of course, at one time in its life, it's been folded over. It's been scrumpled in the bin. It's been thrown away. I won't talk too much about this. Apparently this is a genuine X-Files script, but I don't buy it because the X-Files, of course, was made in America. It was filmed in Canada. But the paperwork this is on is British size. American paperwork is slightly longer and slightly shorter. And the evidence in here as well is that this little mark here is the end of the paper. On the American size paper. So I think probably back in the early 90s there was a chance for people to buy you know, printed copies of the X-Files scripts. I'm not really sure because I can't see. That's a lot of work to copy a script and sell it for what, you know, maybe almost pittance. But I don't know. The jury's out on that. I'm not convinced that's genuine just because the paper is not American. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe in Canada you do use English paper. I'm not sure. British paper. So as Mulder and Scully, we had our guns. We had our gun holsters. These are inexpensive holsters, but they still look expensive, which is why I chose them. I know Mulder and Scully's holsters clip on their belts, but these ones are belt attached. So as per convention rules and photograph rules, this is a resin prop that my friend made for me, and I painted up to look like the genuine article. And I was very, very impressed that I was carrying this for years doing American police reenactment, and one of my friends genuinely thought this was a genuine deal. He didn't realise it wasn't metal. So that was quite cool. Back in the day, you could have metal props at conventions, but obviously people abused the rules, so you can't do that now, and that's understandable. So, you know, we can't use this anymore. So this is where I got my friend to 3D print me a version. This is a very rough 3D print. I asked for it to be rough. If you need anything 3D printed, check out 3D Delight on Facebook. I'm sure he'll be happy to do that for you. I wanted this rough because I said to him, at the end of the day, I said, I think holsters look silly with nothing in them. So literally the whole idea of this is just to replace the metal gun and to sit there on Hannah's hip as Scully, so it looks like something's in there. Eventually I will paint that to look like this. For photographs it looks realistic. Of course, we've got our little mag light. We do have the big mag lights as well, and that's just a little small mag light. I meant to say that with the guns, I like cosplaying Mulder and Scully in their first season, so this is why Mulder's got the Beretta and Scully's got the Wolf of PPK. Obviously in the later series they had different guns. Couple of so Mulder and Scully's notebooks here. These are genuine law enforcement suppliers. Rothko all-weather notebook. And so yeah, basically Mulder and Scully have notebooks. I've seen Scully use them. I'm not sure I've ever seen Mulder use his notebook, but Scully was the note taker in a sense, you know, and did things by the book. So these weren't made by me, but there's a guy. Oh, that one's empty. There's a man on, I think, Etsy again. It used to be eBay. He makes these brilliant recreations of Mulder and Scully's ID cards. And look at these. These are amazing in every detail. Now, the size of those...
Do you tip them forward so the light doesn't cut? There you go.
The size of those little FBI badges there, that's actually the size the FBI badge was in the 1920s and 30s. So obviously, with TV studios and films, you can't really show government agencies in the full light. So obviously you have to make deliberate mistakes. So apart from a lot of mistakes being written on these cards as well, like instead of Federal Bureau of Investigation, we have Department of Investigation, blah, blah, blah. But of course the badges are small. Now, back when I was 19, before you could buy anything like this, I made my own version. Now, that badge there, you'll notice is a lot bigger. That's more the genuine size what they have now. And in the later series of The X-Files, obviously when it became a bit more established, they were clearly allowed to use the bigger size badge. And that's exactly what happened. This small badge disappeared and it was in favour of this big one. So that's that. Getting to an empty box now. Aha, of course, set in the 90s. We've got Mulder and Scully's phone. Now these are, back in the day, you could, obviously when you went to buy your mobile phone, in the shop window would be display phones, and these are just completely made of plastic. They don't do anything. So they're just a brilliant prop for that era. So that's Mulder and Scully's phone, one each, obviously. Yes, Teddy, excited. And the same person who made the FBI cards also did the correct size building IDs, which once again is brilliant. A lot of people make these small, but this is the genuine size. They were quite big in the series, and they're absolutely brilliant as well. They're very, the photograph quality is amazing. You know, absolutely brilliant. And the only other thing really is a very, very cheap watch that I got, which looks like Mulder's Omega watch that he wears in the film. So I usually wear that as Mulder. It's a very, very cheap watch, but obviously from a distance it looks like an expensive watch. As I famously say, that is it. Mulder sometimes uses a laser pointer. There's probably not much point showing you a laser pointer. It is just what it is. But that's it. That's the X-Files box. That's the closest you're ever going to get to look at it, because if we ever do the photo shoot, or if you ever see our photographs floating out there, you'll only see little snippets of this stuff. Anyway, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon.